The Mindanao Power Monitoring Committee, led by the Mindanao Development Authority, has been tasked to lead efforts for immediate and long-term solutions to improve the power crisis in Mindanao. And joining us in the studio is Romeo Montenegro, Director of the Investment Promotion and Public Affairs of the Mindanao Development Authority and Head of the Mindanao Power Monitoring Committee Technical Working Group. Director, good morning. Thanks for joining us. First and foremost, what are the solutions short-term that will be available?
We're working on in terms of reducing the number of hours brownouts in Mindanao in the immediate couple of weeks. So we're talking here of 2 months. So the first one will be what is within the system already. So we don't have to tap the outside sources. One is the interruptible load program. These are allowing establishments, malls, factories, and industries to run their generator sets. We've done an inventory and we could draw up around 100 conservative estimates of available megawatts capacity, and this will reduce 4 hours of brownouts in several areas in Mindanao.
What's the incentive for them?
Well, that's why we're working with the ERC Commission to approve a new rate for fuel recovery and maintenance cost and depreciation of the mall operators, so that they'll be encouraged to participate. This has been ongoing already. The program has been there since 2010. It's just that the current rate is not attractive to them.
So the government will pay fuel cost and maintenance and repair?
No, it's still going to be passed on to consumers. It's just that the distribution utility, for instance, will not tap from the grid, but will allow its own customer, like malls and factories, to run their gensets.
Okay. Long term, what are the solutions?
Well, one, we're just dealing with the next 2 years of precarious period for Mindanao. 2015, we're expecting to come in 300 megawatts of Aboitiz power and 200 megawatts of Alson's coal. These are both coal power plants.
These are new capacities?
These are new capacities that are currently being constructed and to come online and start kicking in power to the grid by 2015. So we're just working on the next 2 years of narrow margin for Mindanao.
In the short term, the solutions you were mentioning, what kind of impact will they have?
Well, in terms of reducing the number of brownouts, if you were able to draw 100 megawatts, that's 4 hours reduction of brownouts. So that will reduce the areas that are suffering most are Zamboanga and General Santos to the tune of 8 hours a day, and that will reduce half. For areas that are suffering at 4 hours brownouts, then that will practically eliminate brownouts in their areas. Another one is the one being proposed now by the Department of Energy, which is the tapping of modular generator sets, and a discussion on this will be set on Tuesday in Cagayan de Oro between electric cooperatives, NEA, and the potential suppliers. But we're looking at this may take a little while.
When you say a little while, just exactly how long is that going to be?
Well, one is that you need to determine the availability of modular generator sets. Although we've heard that one supplier has already have about 35 megawatts available here in Metro Manila that can be moved to Mindanao at any time. But you have to go through regulatory process, and ERC approval sets the minimum requirement to at least 30 days.
Okay.
So we're looking at 1 month and within 2 months of availability for this modular generator sets. Should this be tapped as an option by the cooperative?
And this is a short term?
This is our short term. This is for the next 2 years as their embedded capacity. If they opt to own the generator sets, this can also be returned to NEA, which will be the one guaranteeing the financing for this modular generator sets.
So over the spread of the next 2 years, what kind of situation will there be in Mindanao or the major areas of Mindanao? Today, you're having 8-hour brownouts in Zamboanga and General Santos. In a span of 2 years, how will that improve?
Well, we're looking at the reopening of the Iligan Diesel Power Plant, 100 megawatts towards the end of August of this year. That 100 megawatts from the ILP program are enough to address the current shortfall that we have. The next 2 years also, we're looking at the coming in online of additional capacities. We have 30 megawatts new capacities now being built that will be coming online by end of the year, and that's 30 megawatts of available capacity also. Another thing is the demand side management. We have to have our industries and factories probably adjust their operating hours during the off-peak hours of 12 in the evening to 6 in the morning. That will ease up the demand during the days where we have to require a whole lot of energy for Mindanao.
Finally, Director, the ILP, what's the process and what do we expect and how soon do we expect a resolution to that?
We have previously asked last year the Davao Light and Power Company, being a distribution utility, to file in behalf of Mindanao Distribution Utilities, and that has been filed early this year with the ERC, and the ERC has set the second public hearing next week. That's April 10 in Davao. And we hope that we are halfway through actually the process of that, and we hope that within the month, ERC would be able to come up with the new rules that will make the ILP rate attractive to industries and malls, so that at any given time, as soon as it is approved, generators of malls and industries can be operated immediately.
And we hope an easing of demand on the grid when that happens.
And that the available capacities in the grid that will not be used by distribution utilities will be used by all other electric cooperatives that are currently experiencing huge brownouts.
Okay, Director, we hope to talk to you again in the studio soon to tell us about developments about the ILP in
Looking forward to
particular. Thank you, Director Romeo Montenegro. More news on solar Daybreak returns.